In this video, we're going to take a look at parallel lines, and we're going to start with a little investigation. So it says, for the lines shown, and there are two lines on our graph at the side. It says, are these lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? So parallel lines are evenly spaced and do not cross at all. Perpendicular lines cross, but they cross at 90 degrees exactly. And then neither would mean the two lines cross, but they don't cross at 90 degrees. So taking a look at these two lines, I see that they are evenly spaced. So in between these points, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. If I go to the other end, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. So they are evenly spaced. They are never going to cross, so they are parallel. All right, the next question says, state the y-intercept and slope for both of the lines. Now, you should be able to do this by yourself at this point, but we're going to take a look at it anyways. So we've got line 1 and line 2. So the y-intercept of line 1, that's this line, is 5. That's where it's crossing the y-axis. So our y-intercept is 5. And then our slope, we are going to count how we're getting from one point to the next. So if I start, it doesn't matter where I start. I usually like to start at the y-intercept. I noticed to get to the next point, I had to go up and over. I went 1, 2 squares up. So I added 2 to my y values. And then I went 1, 2, 3 squares to the right. So I added 3 onto my x values. So the up and down is our delta y. The side to side is our delta x. So when I calculate slope, we do delta y over delta x. Which is up 2 and then over 3. So my slope is 2/3. Now I'm going to ask you to try and do line 2. So if you are watching this video, you should pause it and then see if you can find the y-intercept and slope for line 2. All right, hopefully you paused the video and tried it yourself. The y-intercept of our second line is -2. And then the slope of our second line is also going 2 squares up and 3 squares over. So it also has a slope of +2 over 3. So in the comparison section for the y-intercepts, did the two lines have the same y-intercept? No. Did they have the same y-intercept but just different signs? No. So they had different y-intercepts. Right, so their y-intercepts were different. What about the slopes? What did we notice about the slope? So the slope of this line was 2/3, and then the slope of that line was 2/3. So they actually have the same slope. So in order for two lines to be evenly spaced and not cross, they have to be on the same angle. And they're on the same angle because they have the same slope. So anytime you have parallel lines always have the same slope. So taking a look here, there's a conclusion. It says lines that are parallel have the same slope. Okay, so we do have some follow-up questions. Now that we know that parallel lines have the same slope, we are going to do one together. You're going to try doing one on your own. So it says, determine whether each of the following pairs of lines are parallel. And then it says, state a reason for your choice. So I have y equals 4x minus 2 and y equals 6x minus 2. So lines are parallel when they have the same slope. So the slope is always the number in front of the x. My first line has a slope of 4. The second line has a slope of 6. Those are not the same, so these are not parallel. And when it asks me for a reason, they have different slopes. Okay, I would like you to try the second one. You should pause your video and then see whether you think those are parallel or not parallel, and then state a reason. Okay, hopefully you paused the video and tried that question on your own, and hopefully you discovered that they are parallel because they have the same slope. So this one is 1/2, this one is 1/2, they have the same slope, so they are evenly spaced and they would be parallel. Okay, we have one more question to try. It says, determine the equation of a line with a y-intercept of -7 that is parallel to each of the following lines. So anytime we are asked to do the equation of a line, we are being asked to do y equals mx plus b. And we want to fill in numbers for m and b. We would like to leave the y and the x as just y and x. So in the question, it told us that it had a y-intercept of -7. The y-intercept is b, so our b is going to be -7. And then it says that it's parallel to this line. So parallel lines have the same slope. So it should have the same slope as this line. So this line has a slope of 2/5. That's what my m is. So when I go to write my equation, we should get y equals, and then in place of m, we're doing 2/5, and then x, and then for my y-intercept, they told me it was -7, so we're doing -7. And that would be the equation of my line. Okay, I would like you to try B, see how you do. Pause your video, take a moment, give it a try, and then we'll check in. Okay, hopefully you paused it and you tried it. So I ended up with y equals -1x minus 7. So it had that y-intercept of -7. And then here the slope was secretly a -1. So our slope should have been y equals -1 over x. Sorry, -1x minus 7. All right, that's it for parallel lines. I'll see you later to talk about perpendicular.